Nobody's ever reversed a breakup that quickly.
I don't think so. That might be a world history.
But of course, I didn't even know about it. And then I did. And I was like, oh my gosh.
I just need to lie down and I'm so sorry. Kia ora, everybody.
Ayubowan, and welcome to
Sorry Amma, I married a Kiwi.
Here we are again. We missed last week. We're sorry.
What did we miss last week?
We missed a podcast. Every Tuesday at 7 a.m. we said, except for last week.
Yes, but we have a good reason. So the Kiwi and myself and we are in a
jazz hands. We bought a house.
Yes,
we bought a house. Oh my gosh!
What a crazy thing to say.
We're literally recording the podcast for the first time in our new podcast studio. There's kind of a storm outside before, but that's calmed down.
They kind of calmed down, but that's just like from where we were in our story. Just to say that out loud, that we are in a house that we just bought, and then we have our own room to record the podcast. That's just crazy talk.
That's all we ever wanted. So there's been a lot of stuff happening, and it took a while to acquire curtains, which are kind of important in the long run.
Privacy, that's a thing.
we look out at some cows in the back paddock. So, I just felt very intimate, just staring into their eyes all the time. It's sorrowful. Oh.
In the morning, Sam just get out of the bed. It's like, hi, cows. And then the cows go.
Oh. But never when I want them to. I'm like holding the phone up to get them to moo to my parents and nothing happens.
Well, they have their own agenda, okay? They don't work for you.
The cow agenda.
Anyways, so... yeah, welcome back to the podcast, and sorry we missed that last week. And we have a lot of we have a lot to say about the house buying process, but I think we need to get through one story first.
That's true. We're still doing the high dynamite, high stakes, 30 days to win over a Sri Lankan lawyer plotline.
Yeah, so let's get back right into it, shall we?
Yep, so just to recap that, Sam met Marsha, found out she was leaving for Sri Lanka in a month, and decided he had to try and win her over in that amount of time. Speaking about myself in the third person. Also, unfortunately, there's that rain outside. Storm's coming in.
I think we just got the introduction without the rain noise, but it might be in the background, who cares? Let's go.
Unfortunately, from the night, so we met on October 22nd, 2022. From the 9th to the 19th of November, I was going to be in Australia, which is just like adding unnecessary difficulties into the mix.
We already had a month, and then you had to take like 10 days of that 1 month. So
also we actually realised that we forgot something in the chronology before I even went to Australia, which was bubble, what I like to call the bubble tea incident.
The bubble tea breakup. That's what Sam calls it.
That was the twist, actually.
Oh, shoot. Whoops.
So, I don't remember why, but I was feeling sad about something.
I think you were not feeling well or something. I can't remember.
I was probably on my deathbed. And Marsha kindly offered to cheer me up by driving over and bringing some bubble tea to my house, which was lovely.
So I finished work. I was working that day, and I went and got some bubble tea, and I was driving towards Sam's house.
Sam was very much looking forward to the bubble tea. He was tracking its movements.
And I don't know which one of us should say the story, because like it's just completely two different.
Maybe you start from your side. We all know my side. I was just in it for the bubble tea.
Well, I delivered the bubble tea, just to be fair. But
so the door opens and Marsha's there with my bubble tea, but she doesn't seem happy. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm meant to be the one not feeling great.
I'm the sad one here. Why are you looking like that?
It's exciting that you're holding the bubble tea, but clearly like something's up. But also like, I want to cheer you up, but I want the bubble tea, but you're still holding the bubble tea. It was a complex scenario. Let's just rewind to your perspective.
Okay, I think it would be funny if you said it that if you said the part like how what was the chronology for you, then I can provide context.
Okay, so Amasha seemed quite sad about something, so I was the bigger person. I went outside of my own desire to drink the bubble tea.
Oh my god, how noble of you.
And I like hugged you and consoled you, and I remember we kind of, we sat on the bed, I was holding you, and I can't remember how much you told me of your side, but I remember you were sad and I was just trying to get you laughing, and eventually you were laughing and that was great, and like
I don't think I gave you any context.
I had no
was just like,
context.
yeah.
I just wanted to cheer up the Emma.
Yeah, I just went and hugged, and I was just like, I think I started crying. I can't remember.
You're a little bit broken, yeah.
Yeah.
So eventually you started laughing, which was great, and then you were like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I was going to break up with you." And I'm like, "What?" And you're like, "Yeah." And then I kind of like had to lie down, and she's like, "Oh, you can't just like lie down." And I'm like, "I just found out. You have to give me a minute." I thought you were bringing bubble tea to me, not a breakup.
I mean, I think I said like, no, I mean, I came here to break up with you, but I'm glad you can cheer me up from that kind of context. And then I was just like hysterically laughing, like probably 5 minutes later.
There's nothing like when someone's crying and then starts hysterically laughing and tells you they were going to break up with you, but you just missed it by a nanometer.
Oh, for Sam.
Going back to Amasha's perspective.
Okay, so rewind. So
It's me rewinding.
you do that again.
You might be wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Right. So I just got the bubble tea and I was driving. It's like Sam was like probably 10 to 12 minute drive away from CBD.
It could all have been so simple.
So I was like, okay, it's like a maximum 15-minute drive. So I got into the car, I was driving, and then I got a call from my Amma. Sorry, Amma. So
That's Amasha's mum, for those who are joining now.
Yeah. Amma means mum in Sinhalese. So she was on the phone, and then I was chatting to her, and then I was like, I kind of gave her, I think she knew that I went on a date with Sam a week or so ago. I can't remember the timeline on that. But so I told her, it's like, oh, like, remember that guy that I went on a date on? Like, he's really cool. Like, I think I said some stuff like that. And then she just, I don't know how much context I'm going to go into here, but I think she was kind of like, we didn't send you there to find a white boy. And then I was like, yeah. I think that's sums up my reaction.
While you're driving.
While I'm driving, yeah. Trying not to crash. And then it just ended up being like probably more than half an hour drive, because I was like, I just don't know how to get to Sam's house. It was like a very long conversation. It was just a back and forth. I'm trying to explain like try to open her up for the idea of me dating a Westerner instead of a Sri Lankan. So, and then she's just like pushing back, and it's like, no, that's not an idea we are never going to entertain. I mean, simply, what the hell are you thinking, sort of thing. And then she kind of like, you got to stop this. What are you thinking? And for me, I felt like it is not fair for me to drag it and then just put Sam in a bad position. So I kind of like, probably within that half an hour, I thought like, okay, I think I'm going to break this off, and then just, why do I complicate my life? I just can't have a chill life. So I went to Sam's.
You would have had a chill life?
I don't, that's what I thought. I'm like, oh my God, my mother is not approving of this. Like, it's gotta be a disaster. I mean, I know I said to Sam early on that this is going to be a battle if we are going to do this. But 2 weeks in, I was like, oh shit, this is going to be a harder battle than I thought. So I better backtrack. So I just wanted to fulfill my promise of delivering you the bubble tea and just say bye-bye. And that's what I went into.
And just to inject here, do you think like up until that point, or maybe even at this point, like you'd still always imagined that you would at one point be going back to Sri Lanka and having a Sri Lanka husband? Like that was still kind of implicitly what the future would be.
I mean, not that I was particularly thinking like, oh my God, I'm going to find a Sri Lankan husband when I get home. But I kind of thought that's what was written for me, you know, because like as I think we have previously talked about, like I never had the precedence of somebody else marrying a Westerner. I mean, yes, there are other friends that I know of, or like extended family members who have been married to a foreigner, but that wasn't really, again, one or two instances that I can think of was never like how do I say, openly acknowledged or like celebrated sort of thing. So, and yeah, I just didn't want that to be my situation. I don't think it never ever crossed my mind, to be honest.
So that's what was written for you, and what you had to do was rewrite the stars, say that you'll be mine.
Aww.
It's the Greatest Showman. Nobody got that musical reference.
And funnily enough, are we going to say this now? No. Just jumping ahead a little bit, it ended up being our first dance song.
Anna Marshall loved that song, Rewrite the Stars, which has Zac Efron and Zendaya performing it in the Greatest Showman movie. And she loved that song. We listened to it all the time. And at one point I was like, oh my gosh, these lyrics like perfectly describe our situation of being in this cross-cultural relationship that's not always accepted. And she's like, oh, I'd never actually listened to the words. I didn't know what that song was about. I just
love the beat.
I just like the tune. And I mean, anyway, we laugh about it now, but it was a really sad moment. Not for me, because I didn't know what was going on. I just wanted bubble tea. But
I was like, give me the bubble tea, please.
but like you knew it was out of the ordinary, but that was the moment with Amma that you realized, you know, maybe this is something that the family would never get on board with. And I remember you told me you like drove angrily around in loops because you were on the motorway and like you were just talking to her and like not getting off.
I miss few exits, I think. I would be like, okay, I missed it. So then I will get out of the motorway and then get back into then like I would miss it again sort of thing. So it like the 15-minute drive ended up being like a 40-minute drive. But I don't know, it was hard. But so I came to you, and then I literally came to just break it off and then be like, what the heck? Why am I doing this to myself sort of thing?
What?
Huh?
You came to break it off?
I just told that. Just keep up.
So what changed your mind from going from like, this is just too hard, parents are just not being understanding, like I'm not going to put the guy through it? What made you turn to being like, I'm definitely going to put the guy through this?
I told you that I was about to break up with you. I told you that's my mindset was when I came in. But what changed in my mind not to do that was that for me, I felt like I was destroyed when I came and talked to you. But then within 5 minutes, it's not just like, haha, just like calm down. I was like, I completely forgot everything what was happening. And I was just like laughing, like hysterically. Like you said some silly things, honestly. Can't remember what you said, but I was just like completely laughing. And I thought to myself, like, if you can bring me back to just being the joyous self of mine, within the 5 minutes of like, oh, I'm going to break up, and then crying, and then to like the happiest self of mine within 5 minutes. Like, I just kind of want this guy to be in my life. So sorry I had to put you through that.
Nobody's ever reversed a breakup that quickly.
I don't think so. That might be a world history.
But of course, I didn't even know about it. And then I did. And I was like, oh my gosh.
I just need to lie down, and I'm so sorry.
You just watch your future collapsing in a separate timeline. So yeah, we left that bit out. So that was, the stakes were already high pre-Australia.
That was, yeah.
Yeah. And then I came back.
So that was before Australia, by the way. But then we were kind of like in a bit of a chill zone. I mean, in my head, at least.
Okay.
The world around me was collapsing. I was chill. And I think I was focusing on winding up my work. And Sam, you went to Australia, and then you had a good time. And You came back?
My dad got hypothermia at Splash Planet, but apart from that...
Just don't bring that up. So when you come back, do you remember how much did you paid for the Uber that night? Because you wanted to come directly from the airport?
I knew I wanted to see Amasha immediately, and I hadn't really planned ahead of, what the plan was when Dad and I arrived back at the airport. So, and Dad was like, oh, shouldn't we have organised something? I'm like, no, an Uber will be fine. And we get to like the spot where you're allowed to hail an Uber at Auckland International Airport. And I look on the app, and to like get me to Amasha's and then to send the Uber on to deliver Dad to Mairangi Bay was $200. And I was just like, any price, just... So I deliberately did not tell Dad how much that was, or he would have never agreed to ordering that Uber.
I don't think he still to the date knows how much you paid for that.
I think I'm slowly hinting, but like I raise the price each time I tell him.
So like slowly, like within 5 years you can tell
I think
him,
I'm
like,
up to 160, so I've almost told him the full story.
I'm glad he's not listening to this. I don't think he's just listening to
That's my dad, Rob Renner. Hi, Dad.
So, Sam almost went bankrupt by paying for Ubers, but okay.
I remember Marsha was living in Empire Road at the time, and I don't know, I must have been feeling all kinds of nerves, even though we'd been talking and video chatting the whole trip. But I remember like getting out of the Uber and trying to call. Oh, then I thought you must have fallen asleep. And I was like, no, like, let me say hi. And then like the porch light came on and you came out. And it was just a really emotional. Yeah.
Hi.
You're just like folding into each other moment.
Yeah, it was pretty cute. That's nice.
I think every time we came back together in person, it was like, oh, like, have I been making this out to be more than it is? And, am I getting in my head? And then, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a very powerful connection, yeah.
I appreciate the Uber.
I'm glad.
So yeah, and then I think the next couple of weeks kind of went by with me packing and then you helping. But on top of that, I am super grateful that I got to meet the rest of your friends, because one of your friends was kind enough to give a trust in me to invite me to her wedding, knowing very well that we just met probably 3 weeks ago. Just to add to that, I know you're going to read the...
I've got the message right here. I came with receipts.
But before you read that, I just want to... I was just seeing a reel somewhere. They were talking about for a wedding or an engagement party. So when you invite somebody, the +1, like the rules of +1. So these two people were talking about it, and then whether it's like no ring, no... what was the term? No ring, no +1 sort of thing. So like even if you are in a relationship, if there's no ring involved, you don't have to invite the
I don't
other
know
party.
that flies in New Zealand culture, because I feel like we have a low ring quantity.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, that's kind of rude, because like there are people who have been in
You may have been living together for 8 years, but there's no rings.
So you don't get the +1 invitation. I was like...
Find another +1.
Must have been I think US, like a US TV show. Like there was this two women like having a massive conversation about whether whether the invite has to happen, like the criteria is to have a ring. And I thought to myself, oh my god, like our good friend Lydia, within 3 weeks she invited me. It's a good thing I'm still around, but
So it wasn't actually within 3 weeks, it was much quicker than that.
Really?
I'm just going back to my calendar.
In my head it was 3 weeks. Okay.
Going back to my calendar of October 2022. So Cornwall Park was on the 24th, Monday, October 2022 is when I met you. So, okay. So 1 week after I first met you, I invited you to a wedding with me. And it was Lydia, was really sweet, because my friend Lydia, I've been telling her about the whole roller coaster story. And then she's like,
It cannot be much of a roller coaster either. It was just like 1 week.
I mean, a lot happened in the first week, as our listeners know. But Lydia said, oh, me and Mitch, we actually have a spare seat at the wedding, and if you want to invite Amasha, that'd be great, which is an amazing friend move, considering we definitely did not have a ring at 1 week. So I messaged Amasha on the 31st at about 10:42 a.m., according to this screenshot, and in response to asking somebody a week in if they want to go as a guest to a wedding with me, Amasha said, haven't we already skipped a lot of steps already? Thank you so much for asking. What the heck? I've met all your friends already and they're awesome. Sure, I'd love to.
What was I thinking?
What were you thinking? I'm just presenting this evidence to council. Here's the message.
I see this. Okay. I guess I'm a bold woman.
You are certainly a bold woman.
And I think I have previously said this as well. Like, if somebody invites me for something, like, it takes a lot for me to say no. I am more towards, like, hell yeah, rather than just no. So
That's probably an extreme version of it, though.
that's the most extreme version of saying yes, yeah. I guess. But that's my personality. That's what I'm.
How many weddings have you gone to with guys?
That probably must be like the second ever wedding in New Zealand that I have attended. Mm-hmm. So,
have you ever gone to a wedding with a guy that you were seeing?
Never.
Yeah, I thought.
I don't know what got into my head. I just thought that's a normal thing to do. Or maybe I must have watched a lot of Hollywood movies where, like, you know, they like just take somebody for, like, and say, oh, do you want to come to the wedding with me as my plus one?
I was definitely going off every Hollywood movie and sitcom I'd ever seen, I think. So
it was such a lovely wedding, though. We had a great time.
We had I came back and we had a pizza night. Let's not forget there was a homemade pizza night that we had.
I see, okay, yeah.
It was very romantic.
The food's the priorities, the bubble tea we covered, the pizza night.
You fell asleep on Nick and Lara's couch at Ponsonby, and then Mittens the cat fell asleep on top of you, and I'm like, okay. I'll just have a pizza movie night on my own. And then the next day, so like 2 days back from Australia, was Lydia's wedding, which was, gorgeous. It was at Markavina Vineyard. And there was big barrels. I was very obsessed with the barrels.
I was trying to roll them all the time, but they were very big barrels, and it was very embarrassing when you are in this like unknown location with unknown people that you're trying to make an impression, and then Sam, the plus one off, is trying to just roll barrels.
What do you do when a Kiwi guy asks you 1 week into dating if you want to go to a wedding, and then he just pushes every pile of barrels that he finds in the garden?
I survived, people.
They also had dolma, those tasty like vine leaf wraps with the lemon juice, and those were delicious.
Yeah, but you paid the price.
Yeah, I still had that weird medical condition at the time when any kind of like lemon juice or spice would make me like crippled over in pain. But it was almost worth it.
Mm-mm.
And
we had great photos and videos, and then we were just dancing like anything. It was such a great day.
I think all the camera people were like, oh my gosh, these two, so adorable. So,
we had so many photos. I think you were sending me photos. This was after I went to Sri Lanka. You were sending me the photos, and I'm like, oh my God, like why did they were taking this many photos of us? It was so cute.
I think when I invited you, we only invited you to the wedding. We only had like one photo of us, like one selfie on the phone.
Yeah, and then we just had like a whole album of like.
Thank you, Lydia and Mitch, for financing that.
Official photographic photos, like within a few weeks.
And there's a great shot we have of us at the end of the like little wharf into that kind of lake at the vineyard. And the two of us, I feel like that was just like an iconic, if I do say so myself. And I don't know, that was kind of the future we wanted when we saw that photo, yeah.
Yeah. I think the saga of the story continues, but I think we are coming to a close of the last few bits.
We hope you enjoyed the penultimate episode of How to Win a Marsha in 30 Days.
You need to. That's a working title. I think you need
Working
to come
title. Working title.
But yeah,
It's been really fun sharing the story with you guys. Thank you for listening.
yeah. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Catch you then.
Bye bye.
Bye.